Welcome everybody
Yo, yo,
to.
yo. Oh, sorry. That's your job.
You are the first person to have interrupted me. I don't know what to think about this right now.
It's the YouTube mentality.
It is. It is. Both of us are doing YouTube, so we synced
Yeah.
there. So,
Yeah.
welcome everybody to a new episode of Creating Magic. Today we have all the way from Missouri, USA, Sean Devine, YouTube. How do you say that word?
Sensation?
Sensation? YouTube sensation.
Not quite
Honestly,
yet. Not quite yet.
I not there yet, but he is the person that makes the best magic tutorials from my point of view
Well, there
online.
you
If you
go.
have not checked him out, if you're not subscribed to him, you definitely have to. Not only is he smooth like butter, but he reads books. Did you guys hear that? He reads books. So, welcome Sean on the show. I am very excited.
Let's do this.
You ready?
I'm
Yeah.
excited.
I'm gonna I'm gonna start with a very, very, very small question. We just get
Okay.
the waters going, you know. You
Yeah.
said something in one of your videos which I really liked. You said there's nothing basic about the basics. And I want you
Oh,
to evolve a little bit on that.
yeah. So, like you said, I read a lot of books, and some of these books, like the Carl Fulvis Self-Working Card Tricks series, a lot of people think that these tricks in there are very basic, and that you don't need to learn these things. They're too beginner, and they're too basic. But let me tell you right now, I perform a lot of tricks from those books. Those self-working easy books, even Roller Roll to Card Magic. Those easy books that you just gloss over because they're too basic. But let me tell you right now, for a real audience, for real people, lay people, and some magicians too, because they don't even read them, let me tell you, it's some of the best tricks in those easy books. You don't need to spend, what is it, like 80 bucks now on a fancy book from Vanishing Ink, because it's just a lot of stuff in there is honestly crap these days. The best stuff, the basic stuff, is in the old books, like I mentioned there. All the Carl Fulvis books, all those little softcover books, is where it's at.
You really like self-working stuff.
I do. It's my favorite genre of card magic.
We do as well at Big Blind Media. As you know, we have a lot of self-working DVDs. And
Yes, yes.
you on a forum, I found one of your favorite impromptu tricks is prefiguration by Ian Moran.
Ooh, yes, yes. That's such a good trick. Such a good trick. It's one of those things that's an old trick, but people like those geniuses you just mentioned take it to new heights. It's a Larry Jennings trick.
Oh wow,
First, yeah, yeah. It goes back that far. But yeah, one of the best tricks all around you could
it's
possibly do
so
with a deck of
smart.
cards. Yeah,
It's
it's
so
so
smart.
good. It's so smart.
So I was wondering, what is your, I wouldn't say favorite, but your go-to self-working tricks these days?
Ooh, man, put me on the spot with the favorite self worker. Probably it goes back and forth, man. It's just whatever I'm feeling on the spot. Though that old trick where you make like piles of cards and you take a value, like let's say somebody like there's a six on the table and you count to 10 with it, like so we'll go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, there's an ace and you just count to 10 with all these cards,
Oh
and then
yeah,
at the
yeah.
end somehow the cards at that number from all the totals of the values. Completely mind-blowing mathematical trick, you know what I mean? But that's the one I do most often to really mess with people, you know what I'm talking about, right? That
You
old
know,
trick.
yeah. Yeah.
I think it's called like affinity of with card or something like that, but
I
yeah,
never knew the
one of those.
name. One of my friends
Yeah,
does it, and
yeah, it's crazy.
it's crazy. They were like, "You do it; it will work." I'm like, "No, no."
Like I know how it works. I know how to do. I don't know how. No, I don't know how it works, but I know how to do it. But I don't know really how it works because my brain isn't just like I'm not a mathematician, you know.
I've always thought that if I imagine this gift you buy yourself, and it's like it's a magic box, but you are the first spectator. So it's
Yeah,
all full of self-working tricks or self-working stuff, and you just have to like put this here. Now turn this. Now count this,
yeah,
and voila.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You watch the magic yourself, you know.
And you have no idea what's happening. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So while I mentioned magic boxes, let's say 10 years from now, 20 years from now, there's a Sean Devine magic box. What's
Ooh.
inside?
a brick of cards and a self-working card trick book.
That is that is it.
Yeah, and a pencil because my pencil dot techniques.
Pencil dot techniques. This is the first time I heard about that.
Really? You haven't been watching my
Yes.
YouTube videos then?
The pencil dot technique.
No, I think what's that?
I have not heard about that.
That's all right. I'll let it slide this time, Biz.
So tell
No,
us
a
a little bit
pencil
about
dot.
that.
Okay, so pencil dots, it's all about the key card principle. And most of the time when you do a key card type of trick, you look at the bottom card, like the nine of clubs here. Somebody cuts the deck, looks at a card, the three of diamonds, you know it's above that nine of clubs, right? Because of the key card principle. But if you have a pencil dot on the back of a card, that's a key card too, just on the back of the card. So you can do so many things with that pencil dot card. Like, let me show you an example here. Let's say, for
Sean already
instance,
going in performance mode. I love it.
going in. We're going in. Let's say our Queen of Diamonds was the. I'll bring it down here so you can take a closer
Please,
look.
please, please.
So let's say our card was the Queen of Diamonds. We're just gonna put a big old dot on this card so we can see what we're doing here. And not only a pencil dot, but we also have an edge mark. So you can see that on the card, right? If I
Yes.
those two little dots there. So that's a key card. It's just a pencil dot. And by the way, pencil dot cards goes all the way back to like the gambling era of manipulation. But anyway, so we have the pencil dot card, but we also have the edge mark in the deck, so you can see that dot on the edge of the deck there, right
Yeah,
above my finger.
I can.
Yeah, so now you have two ways you can locate a card. So let's say our dot was on the bottom of the deck, right, or Queen of Diamonds there. So somebody just picks a card. Let's say, just say stop Biz real quick.
Stop.
So remember that card?
Yes.
Yeah, so all the cards go back on top of there. Now, since you know on the side of the deck where that card is, because you can look at it because of the edge mark, you can just spread to it. We'll just take away some cards, blah, blah, blah. And this is so much better than doing any type of face up key card location
Yeah,
because
of
you
course.
get it from the top. So it's on, you know what I mean?
Yeah, beautiful.
Right? So many
What?
things you can do with that principle, but that's just one thing. Like card controlling, no breaks, just self-working card controls with a pencil dot.
I actually read something in Greater Magic, and it's an effect I've used every time to just fool magicians because magicians they overthink everything, you know.
Yes.
So what you do, you turn your back, and you're tapping on the deck, and you're telling them to just cut the pack wherever they want, right? And they cut the deck, and you tell them to look at the last card, right? They look at the last card, and you come back, and you turn with your back, right? You have no idea what's happening. So you go back to find the pack. You're like, okay, can you put it back? And when you come back, you use your nail to just scratch down on the top
Oh,
card, right?
yes. Yes.
I have fooled so many magicians at
That's
Blackpool. They're
it.
like, what? And you tell them, and
That's
they're
it.
like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
It's just yeah. It's it's nail. That's called nail nicking, which is also a form of a key card. And by the way, like locator cards, like tactile or visual locator cards, is the same thing as a key card. I wrote a
Yeah.
whole book on this principle, by the way. It's called Sharps and Swindles. If you want to check it out.
Well, it's definitely old, right? Like super old.
Very old, very old. Like one of the first things that was introduced in the realm of card magic.
Yep. All the old stuff is not done anymore, which is new, which why it's new again.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. All the
Yep.
basic stuff is not basic.
So since we are talking about old stuff, I want to go back to something that you said very many years ago. You
Okay.
said magic is all about the CCs and CCs. That's
Oh, the
card.
CCs and the CCs.
Can you
What
still
was that? What did it?
can you still remember what it means first?
Oh man, the CCs and the CCs. What the hell did I say back then? It sounds like something I'd say though for sure. I have no, oh shit. I remember saying that somewhere, but I don't remember what the CCs and the CCs were.
So
Refresh my memory.
magic is all about the card controls and the color changes.
Oh yes, that's what it was. I thought it was more profound than that for
No.
some reason.
So I was wondering, it's been almost at that point it's been, I think you've been doing magic for 19 years now, more than 19 years.
Yeah, about 19, 20 years now. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been around, I think, 14 years since you said that. If I, or
Really?
9 years. I don't know how I did the math. I didn't write it down, but it's been a long years, many years
Yeah,
ago.
there's no way I'd say something that profound back then.
So I was wondering how much has changed for you magic wise in the past 10 years.
Since I said it's all about the CCs and the
Yeah.
CCs, like how my mind has changed since then. Uh, well, I still kind of think that to this day. Back then, I was, I think, a more of a visual performer with the color changes and whatnot. But but that's only because I was just an internet magician. But now that I'm not really that way anymore, I perform more often for real people. I think the strongest thing you can do is a color change. Like when a card changes in their own hand, nothing stronger you can do. It doesn't matter if you've been practicing Razor Eyes for 20 years. A double lift in their hand is stronger than that, hands down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree. Honestly, I've gotten this reactions from the card changing in their hand. Just
Oh man, there's nothing better you can do,
it's
and
crazy. Like,
it sucks.
well, and usually start with that, right? And you're like, damn, I should have kept that for the end.
Yeah, how do I top that? That's a closer.
Well, while we are talking about performing magic, so you're both YouTube. You're filming quite a bit for YouTube.
Yes,
You
yes,
are performing in real life as well.
yes,
You've put
yes,
out a deck of playing cards called the Mantis playing cards as well.
yes, yes.
So
I did. Yeah.
we're gonna go through all of these lifestyles one by one,
All right, we'll
and
do it. Let's go.
shortly tell us what's a day in the life of Sean Devine, the YouTube uh, video maker.
Okay, just a day in life at at my house, or if I'm working at a gig, or what? Like, what do you want?
As you're prepared, like the way that you think about what to film next,
Oh, okay,
how
okay,
it's
okay,
filming and everything.
okay. So if I'm gonna film a certain day, I'm already prepared, right? I just don't wake up one day like, what am I gonna do today? It's never random. I spend a lot of time, like I'm constantly working behind the scenes with the YouTube, and so what I do is to prepare. I first of all, I think of ideas like different video topics, like whether it be sleight of hand card controls or self-working tricks or just random um, uh, affect topics. And what I do is I go on Dennis Bear's Conjuring Archive, which is a search engine to search anything from any book. And so if I'm thinking, ooh, I think a Triumph routine would sound good for a video. So what I do is I just search Triumph in that engine, and it lists all the books that a Triumph trick is in. So I pull out all my books from my shelf and I go to those pages and I just try to search out the best ones or what I think are good ones, and I put my own spin on them sometimes. And I just that's my method of how I prepare videos is that website and reading books. So yeah, and then I just go and I do my thing on YouTube. And usually, because I stutter a lot and I make mistakes and I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, it takes me like all day to record because I'm like, have to do retakes and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, and editing usually takes quite a bit. So it's an all day thing when it comes to making a YouTube video. Just one video takes like 3 hours. You know what I mean?
Yep, it does.
Yeah,
Honestly, I
or
never
more.
thought it really looks like you're doing it in one take. Supernatural.
Oh yeah, well, that's not the
Yeah,
case. I can promise you that.
because you're supernatural
Yeah.
now.
Supernatural. Hey, I'll take it. Speaking of, I'm writing a book called Supernatural Card Magic right now. It's my fourth book, so look out for that one.
Everybody, look out for that one.
Look out for that one.
So, what
All right.
about we are gonna go to the books and what you have in them and your latest submission to John Kerry's book as well.
Yes. All right.
But I'm also curious about your life as a performer of magic and
Yeah.
how this has influenced how performing has influenced your view over magic.
Yeah. So I used to think you have to be so, I don't know, surefire with your tricks to be able to perform for people. Like your double lift has to be precise and pristine, and your card controls have to be so perfect that you cannot possibly flash whatsoever, and everything has to be so polished and perfect. But I'm realizing that's not the case at all, because there's something called misdirection, and there's something called that spectators have no idea what's going on, and they've never seen card magic before, and they don't know what you're doing at all. I mean, think think of it this way: spectators have no idea usually what the top. Like, think of a cross-cut force. We in our minds we're like, there's no way people is going to believe that, because we see it every day. We know what's going on. But a cross-cut force, I'm telling you right now, is the best force you could possibly do for a layman. And another
I
force
agree.
I've been doing a lot lately is the old Matt Shulin Charlier cut force, which is this. Like, say it's the bottom card, and so you turn your back and you say, "Look, I want to see a card in the deck like this when I do this," and they just see the bottom card, the two of clubs, and for some reason, people are fooled by that. They have no idea that it came from the bottom of the deck. And so what I'm saying is that you can get away with so much stuff. It's unbelievable.
So this is the first time somebody has talked about exactly this.
Yeah.
Honestly, I am a bit taken aback. I was expecting some super philosophical thing, but this
Oh yeah.
super practical. I like it.
Hey, that's what I'm here for. But yeah, I performing wise, I do tricks uh that really mess with people, whether it be like those bull things I talked about, or just simple things like you do something like this for somebody. You're sitting at a table, like at a restaurant. Let me get this in focus. You're sitting at a restaurant, and I did this the other day for somebody. Let's say they picked up five of hearts there, and you do this sort of thing. So your card is right there, but we'll push it, and if we smack the deck, it goes through the table into my hand, the five. And if this trick blows people away, it's just what, like what? What just happened there?
But that was
It
so
went through
good.
the table. Well, thank you. That's one of my go-to tricks when I'm at a table for people, is the card through table.
It's very good. It was very good.
I appreciate that.
We can see that Sean performing for camera as well every day knows exactly how to position himself.
Yes.
I like
Got
it.
a nip slip there.
I saw that. I enjoyed it. I was sad you hit
Hey,
it.
my hardest button here.
So you have also dedicated part of your life to designing playing cards, which is a deck of cards that is marked on the back, and it's actually butterfly deck's first in the clear marking system deck. I want you to talk a
Yes.
little bit about creating the deck and publishing it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've been working with Butterfly for a long time, just as like a collaborator, not a collaborator, but like a an influencer, or what do you call it? Affiliation person with Butterfly, you know? And so um so I've always wanted to do a deck of cards since I got into Magic. I just always thought it would be kind of neat to have my own deck of cards, one of those kind of pipe dream kind of situations. And so I was like, hey, Butterfly is kind of like, in my back pocket. So what if I created a design that's, also maybe a bug, because Butterfly,
Yep.
I've always loved a Mantis, a praying Mantis bug. And so I woke up one day, I was like, ooh, a praying Mantis deck of cards. That would be sick. And so that they got drew up a design for the Mantis deck, and I showed it to my friend who's a graphic designer, and I was like, "Hey man, could you like do something with this on the computer and like make it nicer than my drawing here?" And so he did, and created something beautiful, which is now the Mantis back. And I sent it to Butterfly. I'm like, "Hey guys, what if we did a deck of cards that's called a Mantis deck?" And they were immediately on board. They loved the design, and so a year and a half later, here we are with the Mantis deck. So that's how that kind of played out.
Yeah. And it's beautiful. It's
Thank
beautiful.
you. Thank you. It's one of
Honestly.
those
And
things. What's that?
go, go, go.
Yeah, it's one of those things where if you it's like it was really inspiring for me too, because it's like one of those things. If you want to do something, then just do it. There's nobody telling you that you can't do it. You just gotta believe in yourself. As simple as it is, like making a deck of cards, you can do it. Just all you gotta do is do it. There's nobody stopping you but yourself. you know.
And even like publishing with butterfly playing cards, I think is such a nice thing because there's so many ways you can stop yourself from doing it. You can even tell yourself, no, they're not gonna do something that is not a butterfly. I shouldn't even try, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
no, you went, yeah, I'm gonna. It's perfect.
yeah. And also, Butterfly also manufactured what's his name? Pina. What's his name?
uh, are you talking about Andre Pshenika?
No, his name is the magician. His name is Victor Pina. Victor. But anyway, Butterfly produced this deck of cards for him, which is a pineapple deck. Get
I
that in
no.
focus for
Yeah.
you.
Wow. It looks like something
Yeah.
no, something organic playing cards would make.
Yeah, it's if you think Butterfly, you would never think they would do something simple like a pineapple deck, but they did. And so I wasn't actually the first person they collaborated with on a
But
deck
is
of
it
cards. It
marked?
was this. What's that?
Is it marked?
Yeah, it's marked, but it's not reader back. It's like a coded system,
Yeah.
which I don't prefer. I don't love, but hey, to each their own.
Yep. To each their own.
But yeah, but if you want to make a deck of cards, I think Butterfly is a great place to at least shoot your shot, because they're always wanting to, you know, branch out and, work with magicians who has what it takes. So if you think you have what it takes, then, try to talk with Butterfly.
Go for it, guys. Go for it. Put your
Go for
design on
it.
paper. So let's see what we got over here. We're gonna go in some fast fire questions just to
Oh
take
boy.
a short break from longer
Oh
questions.
boy. Okay, here we go.
Give us one non-magic book you would recommend magicians.
Non-magic book. Hmm. That's the thing. I don't even read non-magic books, so I I tend to like to read self-help books, whether it be like if you're like going through something in your life, like depression or whatever, or like you're dealing with social anxiety. I think there's a lot of great self-help books out there, but like also like improving your life. Like I think the book, How to Make Friends or How to Influence People and Make Friends. What's it called? How to You know what I'm talking
I
about.
know, I know which one you're talking about.
That's a great book, and it's I think improving your social skills as a person first and foremost. So anybody can learn a card trick and do a card trick, but I think what really matters is being a likable person. And if you're like you have social anxiety and you like kind of a shy person, I think breaking through that barrier of being more confident. I think self-help books like that is it's a great place to start.
How about a legend of magic that you would jam with and live with for 1 year on an island?
1 year, not even my own wife. That's
Just you
um
and this person,
me and this one person, living or dead.
living or dead.
Ooh, I think it'd be you, Biz. I think it'd be you.
That would be fun though.
That would be a lot of fun. We could have a canoe. We could have picnics. I mean, come
Be like
on.
12 books of magic by the time by the time we leave.
Yeah, we can make our own cards with the leaves that are around. It'd be a
It can
good
happen.
time. It can happen.
I'm in. If you're ever booking that, I'm in.
I'll book it right now.
If you wouldn't have done magic, what do you think you would have done?
A tattoo artist.
There we go. Have you ever tattooed?
I've never tattooed, but I'm an artist. I draw and paint a lot, and I spend a lot of time in the tattoo shops. And I just like the vibe and the whole community. What's it called? The I'm blanking on this. I like the whole culture of tattoos,
No.
and yeah, I just something. If I wasn't into magic, I would definitely go into tattooing. Yeah.
While we are on this section just a little bit, I want you to select a playing card, okay?
Okay.
Just take a look at a playing card, okay? Just
Okay, I've got one.
have it locked in your mind.
It's locked.
I think this is a card that means something to you, right?
Ooh, yeah. How'd you know? Yeah,
Right, right. It's
yeah.
not only that. It's so important that you tattooed it on one of your fingers.
What? How'd you know that? Of course, like the two of spades. There it is,
Look at that, right there.
ladies and
Tell us
gentlemen.
why the two of spades.
Okay, so the two of spades is a card for me that kind of has some significance. And it's kind of a joke too. It's kind of a funny thing too. So I first got into Magic. I'll just tell you the whole backstory
Okay,
of why this do it.
yeah.
So the two of spades. I got into Magic because of David Blaine, a friend of mine when I was like 17 or 18, called me on the phone, and I was like, "Hey, dude, this is before I even was a magician, got into Magic at all. Hey, dude, turn on ABC. There's a crazy guy doing Magic card tricks. Turn it there." I was like, okay, whatever. So I did, and it turned out David Blaine, of course. And the first trick I saw him do was the hot shot cut. You know, where he did this, made a card fly out. Boom, there it is. Of course, I missed it, and it happened to be the two of clubs that he shot out and caught. And I was like, holy shit, that's amazing. And so I knew that I wanted to learn Magic ever since I saw that. And so I always remember, I always remember that it was two clubs. And every time I would practice that hot shot cut, it would always, for some reason, be the two of clubs quite a bit. Like even with a shuffle deck, it would always be the two of clubs. Of course, I'm not going to get it now because I'm on camera. But the two clubs would always just pop out when I would practice the hot shot cut. And I was like, okay, the two of clubs is my favorite card now because it always happens. And so one day, about I'd say I don't know, 15 years ago, I was, you know, having more adult beverages than I should, and I went to this tattoo shop, this sleazy, seedy, rundown, gross tattoo shop. Probably didn't have a license. And I was like, hey, man, I want to get the two clubs tattooed on my finger. And so he did it. And
No.
it was fake. So that's the story behind that.
That's amazing. But wait, how did
Yeah,
you react?
I looked at it and I was like, "That's pretty good. That's pretty good." I didn't say nothing because what are you gonna do? You know?
That blew my mind, bro. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I think the
So I
tattoo
guess the two.
artist, he channeled it. He was like, he cannot have the same card as David Blaine. He needs his own identity.
Yeah. He's like, I know. He watched that David Blaine special and he wants to kill clip because of that reason. He's not getting it today.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
So
a
yeah.
beautiful story. I'm
I guess the
happy.
two of spades is my favorite card now. So not the two of clubs. Never the two of clubs.
Beautiful, beautiful. Let's see. The next one is kind of a hard question, so you gotta
Okay.
muscle up for it, right?
All right, here we go.
What is magic?
That's it. Just what is magic?
Yep.
Ooh, that's a loaded question. That's a loaded question right there. What is magic? I think magic is more for you than it is for your audience. I'll just say it. It's a way of life, and I think it's a passion that most of us have, and I think having a passion that you're constantly working at and getting better at, and it improves your life in many ways. I think magic does. I think that's where the real magic is. It's just fulfilling your life with something that's so amazing, and a community of people that always has your back, like the butterfly people and you biz and John Kerry and I don't think I would have any friends outside of magicians if it wasn't for all these people, And I think that's really magical in a way because like I grew up not in the best environment, and but when I got into magic, it's just my whole life changed as soon as I started being a magician. I think that's magic.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
That
and
really is magic.
what's that?
The transformative power of magic.
Yes, 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 quite literally. And it really, for some people like me who make bad decisions sometimes in life. I think magic is always a go-to to keep you out of trouble. You know what I mean? So, magic is always a magical thing in your own life. You know.
So, since you are a performer as well, tell us what is your biggest win?
Ooh, my biggest win in terms of like something happening or like
Yeah, yeah.
something.
While performing,
Okay, so not too long ago, I'll never forget it. I think this is one of my biggest wins of all time. Oh man, it was crazy. It was nuts. At least this is my biggest win for now. It could change in the future,
sure.
but oh, there's a two clip right there on top. There it is on top of the deck. Um, okay, so I was out with one of my friends who is like a he's not a magician, but he's like a card shark, like a card mechanic, like Daniel Madison is. And so we were out at hanging out like at a bar, and we both had decks of cards on us. And this group of people came up to us and wanted to see some card tricks. So of course I obliged and showed them many card tricks. And for some reason, like I was kind of in the zone at that point at the bar, and I had dropped cards all over the floor under the table, and it was a card that landed under this guy's foot, under his shoe. And I was like, wait a minute, I'll just keep that card there. I was like picking cards up, and so I told my friend, hey, give me the five of diamonds, because or whatever the card was that was under his foot, and I forced it. I put it in my own deck, which was a different deck than he had. Forced that five of diamonds on this guy, which had a different colored back, but he didn't realize it, which goes along with the whole you can get away with a lot of shit when you're performing, including forcing a card in a deck that has a different colored back. He never even noticed that part, but that's besides the point. Um, so I forced this card on him, and I was like, "This, watch, boom, look under your foot, bro." So he goes under there, and he checks the card under his foot, and he had no idea how like his mind was blown, like his life changed that day. And just 5 seconds earlier, I was quite literally under the table picking up cards. So how he didn't realize that I did it then, I'll never know. Which goes along with you can get away with so much shit when you're performing, you know what I mean?
Yep. Because people's minds are all over the place.
Dude, it was crazy because first of all, the card wasn't even the same card from the deck that I forced on him, and second of all, I was just under the table, where I could have planted that card under his foot. But both those things he just didn't realize for some reason. It's like
Have you
it
ever
blew my mind with
performed
it.
a card in shoe?
No, I've never have.
But you know what which one I'm talking about?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you they take their shoe off. You take their shoe, and then you show them that there's a card inside, right? I've done
Yeah.
this maybe 5 years constantly to the point I can't. I stopped doing it because I got sick of it. But every time I would think, why are you guys so amazed by this? Like,
So wait, the card and shoe, you just take the like you palm the card or whatever and
no, no,
just
no. It's a
act like.
mercury fold.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I know. I think I know what you're talking about.
So mercury fold. They take their shoe off. Meanwhile, you mercury folded plenty of time. The moment they take their shoe off, I take it like this. Obviously, drop it inside. I smell it. You don't have people don't have to do this. I smell it. Most of the time, you'd be surprised. It really doesn't smell bad. Like people really wash for surprise.
That's surprising. Yeah.
I smell it, and I do it because it somehow breaks everything. Because people think hand, shoe, card. Boom. The card was in the hand. Hand, shoe, smelling. They
They
forget
don't connect the
everything.
dots. They don't connect the dots, Biz. They really
They
don't.
don't. Just because of that. Also, they feel a little bit ashamed because you just
Right,
smelled the
right,
shoe.
right. 'Cause, yeah, that's sort of a clouding thing in their head that they have to work
Exactly.
through.
So,
Right.
yeah, I
Where
can understand. What?
where can people learn that card and shoe if they wanna learn it?
Well, if you're a magician, you definitely understood everything I just said.
I mean, you know.
I don't even know where I learned it. I think it was in an Ed Marlowe book. I think the
Mm.
Cardition or like I don't even know. It's so old. I learned it when I was 12.
Card and shoe, well, Dennis Barrett right here.
It's like it's been 17 years since then.
Wow. How long you been doing Magic, Biz?
18 years.
Oh wow. I got 2 years on you.
You did. You do.
Card and shoe. I think the first publication was 1935. Rufus Steele. Card tricks that are easy to do and easy to learn and easy to do. That one right there. Rufus Steele.
Definitely didn't
1935
learn
card
it
and
there.
shoe. Yeah, there you go. I'm gonna have to
So
try that. The smelling thing.
do
I'm
it,
into that.
man.
I'm gonna try that next time I'm out, and I'll
It
tell you
is.
about
It is perfect.
it.
Imagine if we created an effect. Have you seen the? I think Illusionists put out an effect with smelling. You know, you
Oh
force.
yeah, that
You,
aroma.
yeah,
Yeah.
aroma, right? So what? What if you smell the shoe? Everybody smell the shoe. It stinks, and you're like, name something. Name an aroma. Vanilla. Smell the shoe now.
That's amazing.
And
Oh
it
man,
smells
that's
like
good.
vanilla. It would blow people away.
That'd be good. That'd be good.
So,
Uh, smells like your
what
foot.
is your most memorable fail?
Memorable fail. Well, actually, it was a fail and a win at the same time. It was crazy. Still to this day, I have no idea how it happened. It was like intervention from God or something. I don't know. But I had a Svengali deck, right? I was doing tricks with a Svengali deck for once in my life, and I had this cool trick in mind. I was gonna have this person pick a card. Boom. Of course, I get the same card because it's the Svengali deck, right? Boom. They pick a card, and I was like, "All right, guys." At the same time, I want you both to name your card out loud. So I was like, one, two, three, boom, and so they did. And for some reason, they both named the same card out loud, but it was not the force card from the Svengali deck. I was like, wait, hold on a second. Did I get the wrong Svengali deck? No, I was like, what? And so I had to like think of what to do, and I was like, there's no way you both could have saw that card because look, all the cards are the Ace of Hearts. Boom, you know. And so like a double change kind of thing, you know. So I don't know how that happened, by the way. It's
That's
still to this day.
amazing.
Yeah,
That
that was
is
like a.
an amazing fail.
It really is. Good times though. That was
Let's
crazy.
see. Let's see. A little break over here. Let's get your card back. Ah, two of spades right over here. Actually, what if let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. The 12 spades is the 17th.
Oh come on, come on.
So tell us a little bit about the 17 on your finger.
So yeah, the 17. I just like finger tattoos, and I was like, what would be a cool finger tattoo? 17 because my son was born in 2017. So that's what that signifies.
Beautiful. Congrats.
Thank you. And so I think the 17 because card magic and numbers. Sometimes people just say 17, so that's also a nice reveal as well. If I chose to do it, but it just means 2017 when my
Huh.
son Jack was born.
So tell us, what was the first trick you showed Jack?
Oh, the first trick I showed Jack was a trick with it was a trick with a Himber wallet. I was like, hey dude, check this out. The card goes in the wallet. Boom, snap it closed. Snap disappears from the wallet. And he loved it so much he didn't give me my wallet back. So that's his wallet now.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got over here. Boom.
Oh, you got some more questions.
Yeah, I got like a list over here.
Ooh, hit me with them.
So, some of your earliest videos on YouTube that you published a bunch of years ago were also with flourishing, quite a lot of cardistry
Yeah.
as well. So I was wondering, have you ever felt that cardistry has helped you in your magic?
Of course, absolutely, because the dexterity that it takes to do some of these cardistry and flourishing moves, it definitely limbers up your bones and your muscles and your ligaments when it comes to sleight of hand. And I still practice cardistry moves all the time, like the old school, like Dan and Dave stuff, like some of this kind of stuff, like the old uh, shit like this, I still kind of,
Yeah.
I still do it all the time. I don't practice it because I want to do cardistry. I just sit there. It's a fiddling thing, but I think doing those kind of moves really helps you, I think, understand where cards are going, what you need to do with finger placements, how to hold a packet of cards, and whatnot. And I think it goes hand in hand, I think if you are a cardist and you want to start practicing card magic, I think there's a lot of elements in cardistry that you can incorporate magic into that would make it seem magical. You know what I mean?
There's quite a few card magicians that picked up cardistry, and they're some of the best cardists out there.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah, 100%.
You know.
I believe that.
Hello, Noel. So tell us a little bit about your process of creating magic. How
Yeah,
do you get in
yeah.
the
So,
zone? How do you trim what is bad? How do you decide something is good and you keep it? Since
yeah.
this is a podcast titled Creating Magic, I want you to give us some of the secrets
Yeah.
behind the scenes.
So I think there's a more bad magic than there is good magic in books. And sometimes I think people, at least back in the day, published books just for the sake of publishing a book. Because I've read books before that are just filled with nothing but crap. Maybe one kind of usable item in there, one idea, but for the most part, there's a lot of garbage. And so, what you really have to do is, if you want to really reach for gold and find the gems, is you just have to work for it. Read because there's so much searching you can do on the Dennis Bears archive that'll lead you to stuff, but what you really have to do is just read books cover to cover. And a lot of times I'll find little nuggets of like a cool principle, like a self-working mathematical principle that I can apply to something. Um, so I just look out for interesting and unique ways in which I can maybe force a card or control a card. And once I have something in mind, like a principle or a move, I then start thinking about how I can make this procedural thing into a entertaining and magical piece rather than, okay, we're going to deal 5 cards here. We'll deal 10 cards here. Please pick a pile and pick one of these. It goes over here because that's not magic. That's just you know commentating what you're doing, and there's no magic behind that. It's just it's a puzzle. And so what you have to do is take these puzzles of self-working mathematical principles and really use your brain and be creative and use your imagination of how you can make this an entertaining thing. And so that's my whole process of trying to do that. So I think I think that answers your question.
That does answer my question. It really
Yeah.
does. There's definitely a lot of untapped potential in books that
Absolutely.
nowadays, with the way that we think now compared to how magicians thought back then. And also one thing that I've noticed when reading older books is that, how should I put it, uh, magicians were less dexterous, let's just put it like that,
Yeah. Yeah.
than people nowadays. Marlowe would be definitely a very, very big exclusion. Like, he was crazy,
Of
the
course.
stuff.
Yeah.
So modern,
Yeah.
many stuff that he would create. But if you find an idea, you can definitely think in the way that you said, in a modern way, and make it amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Not really, not even modern, really. It's all about like, because I don't know. It's hard to explain, man. Like, you want to be entertaining first and foremost, because, like John Bannon says, uh, people are used to dealing, cards, and so people really, when like a layman, all they do is deal cards when they have a deck of cards. Really, I mean, if you think about it, it's just nothing but dealing for card games and like whatever they do with cards. All they do is deal cards. So if somebody says to you, "Hey, dealing tricks are boring," sure, if you make it boring, but a dealing trick can be a very good trick with the right attitude and the right performance and right presentation. I mean, look at Out of This World. It's a dealing trick, and
Yeah,
it's one of the best ever made. You know what I mean?
very good example. Sean has actually something prepared for us.
I do indeed. I do indeed. It's should we get into it?
Yeah, yeah, because I saw
All
you
right.
already locked in with the playing cards. You're just looking down like,
It's a self worker.
let's go for it.
Deck of cards. In a minute, Biz, I'm going to have you just pick one of these, and I think the best way we can do this is if we just, as I do this, just say stop anytime you want
Stop.
to. Right here. We
Yep.
can go one more, one less. It's up to you. Right here, the
Perfect.
card
There.
that my thumb is on right now. Right.
Yeah.
All right. Remember that card? You got it. Lock into your
Got
memory.
it.
I'd say that's about, I don't know, maybe 15 or so cards down. But the name of this trick, this is what we're going to try to do. The name of this trick is called Not Your Card. Not Your Card is the name of this trick. All right, so
Okay.
what we're going to try to do here is take away all the cards, eliminate all the cards until we can say Not Your Card 51 times. or close to it, all right? So what we're going to have you do, Biz, is as I deal cards, you know about where it's about 15 cards down, right? Just say stop when we think you're getting close to your card.
Now.
Now, remember I said this trick is called Not Your Card. Is that it?
Nope.
Not your card. What about this one?
Nope.
Not your card. We're getting similar. We're doing good. So what if we did this? We'll spell the name of the trick out loud. We'll say not your card. That's NOTYOURCARD. What about this?
Nope.
Not your card? We're getting closer. We're getting somewhere. All right, watch. What about this? We'll just eliminate cards one by one like this. Each time a card gets eliminated on top of the deck, just like this.
Okay.
Yeah? Eliminating cards. What about this? We'll try this. What about top and bottom?
Nope.
Not your card. We'll go more. Eliminate one by one. There's two left. 1 and 2. Just name one out loud. 1 and 2.
One.
1. What about this one?
Nope.
Not your card. So you could say, we could say not your card 51 times because your card is probably nowhere in here. Besides 1. What was your card?
The 10 of spades.
10 of spades?
Yes.
Was the 10 of clubs?
Nope.
Are you sure about that, Biz? I think run it back. I think it was the 10 of clubs.
I'm super sure it was the 10 of spades.
You got it? Lock into your memory.
Got it.
So what happens first is you want to establish the fact that you're using just a normal deck. And what I hate when people say, look, you can see all the cards, they're all different. It's a normal deck. Obviously it is. You don't need to say that. So what you can do instead is just like a simple thing. If you have a joker in your deck, a deck of cards, we'll just take out a joker or just a deck of cards. In a minute, you're going to pick one of these. You can do this subtly without drawing attention to the fact that it's might not be a trick deck. So always keep in mind that you don't want to draw suspicion for no reason. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So what's going to happen is you want to control a card at the bottom of the deck. And the way I do it is with Marlowe's Convincing Control move. So the 9 of hearts goes somewhere in the middle, but really it's on the bottom. So any bottom control will work. You can even do one of these. We'll do as a 5 of clubs, do some cuts like this. Whatever you want to do to get on the bottom, okay? So it's on the bottom there. And you say to the person, look, the name of this trick is called Not Your Card. So we'll try this. We'll just take away some cards that's not your card. So just say stop anytime.
Stop.
They say, oh, stop here. Look, what about this one? Not your card. And so what you want to do is just show a bunch of cards over and over. That's not their card, obviously, because it's always on the bottom. And so we'll try this. we're getting somewhere. What you want to do is just shuffle that back to the top. Once you do this, you say it's not your card. That's on the bottom now. So what you want to do is shuffle it to the top with an overhand shuffle. So it's on top now, right? So at this point, you can say, like, we'll just spell the name of the trick out loud. It's called Not Your Card. So I'll just leave it face up this. NOTYOURCARD. And that's exactly 11 cards. You need 11 cards for this to work mathematically. All right, so now you say, what about this one? Was that your card? They say no. Now what you want to do is control this card to throw it from, oh, I'm sorry, four from bottom. So what you do here is say, not your card. We're getting somewhere. So just go boom, 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 3 cards. So now it's 4 from bottom, right? So now what you want to do is like, we'll just take away some cards one by one. We'll eliminate cards like this until we have just a few left, like this. Now you can say, look, what about top and bottom? No, not your card. So you're showing a bunch of cards. That's not their card. Say, not your card, blah, blah, blah. So we'll just give her some more like this. And you keep doing this back and forth. And eventually you're going to come down to 2 cards. And the one on the right, number 2, is going to be their card. And so you just say, 2 cards, 1 or 2, which one? And no matter what they say, if they say 1, we'll say, boom, number 1, not your card. If they say number 2, just give it to them for their card, like equivocate, you know. So they say 2, boom, that's your card. What about this one, the last card? It's not your card. They say, no, not your card. After all that, we said not your card 51 times. And then the last one is their card. And that's what I call not your card.
Then now I'm doubting if it was the 10 of clubs.
It was definitely the 10 of clubs.
I will send you a screenshot at the end.
Pretty sure.
We shall see. I like this. I'm going to perform this.
It was great. The only thing I would tell you is that when you're doing that back and forth, I think it's called the tantalizer elimination procedure. The first card you do is going to be on top of the deck. So let me bring it down here real quick. So when you initially have the 11 cards, let's say it's a 3 diamonds, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, which you spell not your card, right, for this. And now you want to, of course, go boom, boom, boom. So it's now 4 from bottom. So when you're doing this, the first card that you need to eliminate will be on top of the deck. So it's not here first. It's always on top of the deck first. So
yep.
you just keep doing this until you just have 2 cards left. There's always going to be 2 cards left over, and it's always going to be the one on your right when you do that. So that's just a little heads up if you want to do that trick.
You can see that Sean is making a bunch of explanations for people because he really wants to make sure you guys understand everything.
The fine tuning.
The fine tuning, yes, indeed. Have you ever dreamt a magic trick?
Ooh, yes, I actually have. And sometimes I still think about it and how it would be possible. I once dreamt that there was a mini bag, like not a whole bag, like not a full big bag, but one of those like lunchtime little bags of Doritos, just chips, tortilla chips, on my coffee table. And I was like, and it was empty. And I took the empty Dorito bag and I just shook it. And all of a sudden it was sealed and it was full of chips.
Possible. I can see it.
You think
happen.
it's possible?
I think it's possible.
I don't know, man. I just don't know how it would be possible. I thought a lot about it, and I still can't come. I can't come up with nothing.
Here's how I would do it. Are you ready?
Yes.
So it's so it's you show it that it's empty inside, right?
Yeah.
Right. It's an inside out. It's how should I put it? It's like.
Ooh, maybe like a change bag kind of situation.
Like it's like the top is tucked in, so it looks as if that's the interior. But then if we take the interior out, and you just go like that, the whole thing is back, right? So
like there's 2 bags.
In
like
a way, if you fold it in, it looks like a bag.
Yeah.
You know? So that's what I saw when you said that.
Oh, that's a good idea, Biz. Holy crap. Yeah.
You're free to do it.
Like right away, you came up with the method. That's crazy.
Making dreams come true, right?
Hey, I couldn't do without you, Biz. That island. Hey, we're going to go places.
If you make millions from this, I need nothing. Just
Come on, Biz. It was
just a
all your
hug.
idea.
Just a hug, bro. That's all.
All right, yeah, just a hug, but it's got to be a long one. It's got to be a warm one
A warm one. I like warm hugs.
with my cardigan.
Yes,
Sneak up in here.
I will. So, last question on the list, and one of the most important ones,
Okay, here we go. No pressure. Serious mode.
but a very simple question at the same time.
All right,
Very simple question. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Buckle up. Close your eyes. Tune
Okay,
in.
hold on.
Tune in.
All right,
Listen to my voice.
all right. Ooh, being hypnotized. All right, I didn't know we were going to do this today.
Yeah.
But here we go.
So
All right, I'm ready.
the question is, it's actually not a question. It's more a sentence. It's a sentence. Okay? And this is where I lose most magicians on the show. They have no idea how to reply. They have no idea what to do. So I'm very curious what you're gonna do at this point. Boom. Okay. So you got 5 minutes to talk about anything.
Whew, 5 minutes to talk about anything. Anything at all on the planet.
Anything.
Oh, man. Hmm. You lose most magicians, huh? What would you say in the situation if you had to do it? Have you thought about it?
If I would do it, if I would be
Yeah,
put on the spot, for sure I would do something.
yeah.
I've
I
never
mean, right
been to.
now, why don't you do it?
It's your time. You choose to do whatever you wish with it.
I'm thinking that it has to be so profound that I can't, I can't think of nothing. Um, okay, how about we do this? How about we talk about staying hydrated during the summer? We'll talk about that. All right, because look, I was watching this show last night on Hulu. It was called Trainwreck Woodstock '99, and these kids, 18, 19 years old kids at this show didn't drink water for 3 days, and that alone will kill you. All right, it'll just straight up kill you if you don't drink water for 3 days. But they still drank water, but it happened to be like infested with feces because nobody took care of the port. If you ever seen that show, Trainwreck Woodstock '99, it's crazy. Watch it on Hulu. It's insane. Anyway, listen to me when I tell you. I've been drinking water this whole time out of this cup. It's water, not vodka, not coffee. It's water. Hey, there you go. There you go. I truly believe if you want to feel better, just drink water, dude. People don't drink enough water, and people, if you are, if you have a headache, if you are feeling nauseous or tired, just drink a bunch of water. All right, water is free. It doesn't cost anything. Just run your sink, get a cup of water. Especially because if you're in the summer and you're mowing the yard or you're doing yard work, you gotta have the water. Gotta have the water. This is a PSA. Stay hydrated and drink at least 8 glasses of water a day. And I don't know if I've gone 5 minutes, but I think I'll end with that. Drink more water. All right.
I loved it. I loved it. I will contribute to this. I don't know how it is in the States, but in Romania, you definitely must have this as well. It's called dry residue at 180 degrees Celsius. That's
Wow, that sounds like it.
it's basically the minerals in the water. So
Okay.
more minerals it's got. This one's got 279, which is decent. But there's many bottles of water that have 70, which is nothing.
Wow.
You're drinking almost nothing. And
Okay.
there's bottles of water that have 500 or 2000. So if you're drinking carbonated water, that usually has a lot more because of the carbon dioxide in it. Not
Hmm.
really healthy minerals. So everybody at home, just I don't know how. Do you have this? Do you have it on the bottles?
I don't know. I think the closest thing we have to that is called Smart Water. I don't know if you've heard of that, but
Yeah, I have smart water, and it's like 150 on the back, or
Okay, so you need more than a 150. I don't know if we have nothing like that in the States. What's that water called?
no, no, this is Romanian water, but uh, it's basically it has to be on the back because it's next to calcium, magnesium, sodium, and then
Hmm.
then it's the pH. You know the pH level.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. That's important as well, obviously. But in that list, which is this list over here with stuff on it, right?
Yeah.
That list you should have this. I don't know in Fahrenheit, but degrees, and check that. The more, the merrier.
So the more minerals, the better. Is that what you're saying to me right now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, that's good. I didn't know that. That's news to me. I've just been drinking tap water. I don't know how many minerals are in that. Probably none.
It depends. It's got a plenty,
Oh yeah,
but it depends. It depends on the city. Depends on
but
how
I
far
also use
away
a
from
Brita
the
filter.
source you
Like
are.
one of these guys. So I get all the drain a lot with my Brita filter. I don't know if that makes it worse. I don't know, but
It
it makes it
doesn't.
taste
That makes it better.
better. Cool. I didn't know that. So next time I'm at the store, gotta check the minerals. Check the minerals.
Check the
You heard it
minerals,
here.
guys. Check
You
the
heard it here first,
minerals.
folks.
So this was the end. We ended on a water.
A good way to end, I think, is a good way to end, in my
I think it's a
opinion.
great end. Honestly, it's a
Yeah.
great end. So thanks
Yeah.
to everybody for tuning in with us up until now. I'll leave all of Sean's socials, email, phone number, address, everything
Come visit me. Give me a hug.
in the description below. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Much love.